Thank you so much, Nizar, for joining us today. So, can you tell us a little bit about your journey from business administration to landing a successful career in sales? How was it for you?
Well, business admin. I chose the business admin when I came to this country as a subject because that was a good option. Back home, I have studied business, bachelor's in management studies. Basically, it was about business. That's the business, so connected well. And I knew that this subject, there was subjects, there were topics, and there was courses which definitely would help me to be a business person. Yes, I'm not a businessman, I'm a sales manager, but that's basically the same thing. uh, Leading a team, or running a business and taking the decisions, that's what it's required, and that's the this course helped me with those things. Coming to the point, yes, back in my country, I studied bachelor's of management studies. So the reason behind it choosing that as a business, because my dad was a business person. I saw him doing business. I saw good opportunity in doing business, and that's where I thought, okay, if I pursue more studies in that, I can take his business to a next level. He was a distributor of fast moving consumer goods, and I used to work with him. I used to help him in getting more and more business in the same field. And I wanted to understand and learn more about his field, and he was like, if you study more, I am ready to help you. And yes, when I studied, I saw that there is even more growth in Canada. That brought me here. This business admin, I did business admin level 1, level 2, and it was, I can say you one thing, that whatever you learn in the school, 90% of the learning you do in the schooling will be not used. But whatever you learn in business admin, around 70% will be utilized to be a great leader or a business person or whatever you're trying to pursue in business industry.
What initially drew you to sales and what has kept you motivated for all those years?
Well, sales basically brings more money to you. That's my honest answer, I would say. Nothing in the world. You basically, if you're giving opportunities, any job, you have to be a business. If you're a business, you will be employing scientists, you will be employing accountants, you will be employing everyone. But if it's a business, and if you're a business, then you will be able, and business runs on sales. Anything at the end is about sales. So like with the sales, I was motivated because of the money I can make. It is endless. There is no sky. If you work in a restaurant, you can be like, oh, I'm working harder than the guy beside me, but why am I making the same pay as he is doing? But in the sales, if you work harder, you are making more money. And that is simple math for me. And that basically motivated me to be in sales.
That's amazing. I think everybody should be in sales at this point.
Yeah.
So, you've worked in both finance and sales, and how has your business education helped you in all of that?
The business, yeah. So the business admin has different courses, of course, the accounting, the financing accounting, and the business accounting. Those used to help me to understand numbers. Once I am able to understand numbers, I'm able to explain someone how the number is working, if the compound interest is there, the per day interest is there, or whatever is there. And it has to just make logic for the customer. And if you are making logic for people, they will trust you. And once they trust you, whatever product you're trying to slide into the deal with the customer and tell them that this is a good thing, if they trust you, they're buying more products from you. And it's easy. Once you sell yourself to a customer, the customer is now trusting you, and now you can basically, with the trust you earned, you can get more products and more sales out of it.
Definitely. I think my dad used to tell me this as well, that to be a good salesperson, you need to be very good on your numbers.
Yeah.
And I totally relate to, your experience regarding that.
Yeah.
So, what are your top three skills that you feel that every salesperson needs to have?
The every salesperson skills wise must have should be, the first one is negotiating skills. If you are a good negotiator, you will be definitely a good salesperson. I would say, if you are currently, if you're looking to be in a sales environment, you will have to negotiate. Start from right now. Everywhere you go, Every place you go, you can negotiate, and everything is negotiable in this world. You can go to a mall, and you might feel shy, but don't feel shy. Just ask for a better deal, and you might be able to get it. Second skill I would say would be, marketing. How well do you market yourself or your product? Depends what you're selling. Sometimes you need to market yourself to sell a product or sell your product, and you just have to be a good marketer in that. So thirdly, the last one would be the customer service. If you are a good person, if you're a good in person in customer service, if your customer loves you, if you care for your customer, and if your customer service skills are better, or if you are good in that, you will be able to be a good salesperson.
Yeah, I think having good customer service makes your image stay in
Yes.
them. They come back.
Yeah, that is a customer retention tool basically.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So how do you build a long-term customer relation in, today's automotive industry when it comes to sales? What is something that you practice that makes the customer come back?
You know what? I would just give an example of the car sales in this situation. What happens is, when customer comes to the car dealership, they are excited to see some cars. When they find the car, now they are excited to buy it. But when it comes to negotiation, no customer is happy at the time of negotiation. That is the uncomfortable part for the customer as well, for us as well, but we have to go through that. And that's where all the negotiation happens. Sometimes the customer is a good negotiator, sometimes we are a good negotiator, but at any point we have to meet at the middle grounds, which nobody agrees. But what I care about that point is the customer is not really happy. What we do at that point is to make the customer come back to us. We make sure that they get the exceptional customer service. What we do is, let's say on the day of delivery, we make sure that the customer is like fully ready to go. Like, the vehicle is completely clean, all the accessories are there is no issues with the vehicle. We also make sure that we wrap the vehicle completely, even if it is a used vehicle which is 7 years old. We don't mind wrapping that vehicle in the black robe, putting a bow tie. We also make sure that, when the customer comes in, they see the vehicle like wrapped up like that, and then we do confetti cannons that congratulations, this is your vehicle, honking horns and making it like, Hollywood for them. And that's basically makes them happy. And what happens is, at very end, uh, whatever their expression is, that stays with them forever, and that makes them come back to us. It's they I what we want at that point is the customer should forget everything they have been through, and what they got is the end result should be the best.
Definitely.
So
That's
that is one of our best customer retention tool. And we also make sure that we follow up with our customers after the vehicle is delivered. We are making sure every, you know 15 days for first call goes, and 15 days second call goes, and 60 days, so make sure that they are happy with the vehicle if they have any questions. And after sales services, of course, we have that too.
Can you share a instance where you turned a no into a yes during a sales?
When do I turn a no into a yes during sales? A lot of times I've done it, but like I
What was
just
your
want to,
strategy?
like, strategy would be, like, first of all, many instances happen. I will just like to share one of those then. So the customer is basically saying that, I don't want to. I'll just go with the recent one, the very recent one. Okay, so the customer is like, yeah, I want to do some shop around on the vehicle. I'm like, what am I missing?
Hmm.
Okay, before you go, if you want to go shop around, sure, every customer has a right to do that. But what am I missing? There is some missing information, I feel. Because if, let's say, if we did a test drive, everything is good, there is something missing which he is not comfortable to ask me now. Maybe it's the vehicle, maybe it's a salesperson, maybe it's me, maybe it's the numbers, maybe it's the payments, maybe it's the selling price. Something is off. And that customer is like, let me think about it. And they are like, no, I don't want to buy it right now. I need to think about it. Okay, like, I go in there. What is the missing piece I'm not able to get? I think we have the payment right. We have everything. He's like, I want to go to the other place. They have the color I want. Like, oh, the color you want. That's why. he's like, yeah, I don't I want to understand. So basically now I know the color he wants is the other one which I don't have and they have it. And I'm like, okay, if I get you this color truck in the this color, would you like to buy it at this price? He's like, yeah, but I don't have it. That's the problem. I don't have that color. I'm like, okay, so what if I'm able to discount my truck a little bit because it's not the right color? He's like, no, I think I want the color I want. I'm like, I took that customer to the vehicle. I told him to sit in the inside the vehicle. I closed the door. I came around, sat beside the passenger. I'm like, can you tell me the color? He's like, no, I cannot see the color. Okay, so I'm like, you cannot see the color when you're driving it. So you're buying a color for someone else to see you in that color. So that someone else, the vision of that customer is more valuable to you. Like, no. I'm like, okay, so then what is more valuable to money or that vision? He's like, no, I'll take the money. And he asked me, how much can you discount? But at that point I felt, even I have to discount my truck a little bit, but I felt, no, I stopped that customer to go somewhere else and buy that other truck which the color he liked. So basically I would say that digging into the details of that thing would be important.
Actually, I think everybody's going to learn so much from this particular podcast.
Yeah.
And so, for students of RCB College studying business administration or even medical, what do you think? What are some real world habits that they should start practicing now to build a successful career?
I would say start negotiating everywhere. Everywhere. How about I say you guys that you guys can go to Best Buy and negotiate. I've done it there. My wife, she hates me for that, but she knows that I am good at it. Okay. You can go to any jewelry shop and people are like, you know, they pay what the price is there. But honestly, you can negotiate there. And it's no harm in negotiating. And I would say very important thing, if you're negotiating, don't do baseless negotiation. Put a base on your negotiation. Okay, this place is giving at this price, I can go there and buy this price, and that's how you negotiate. And start practicing that in your day-to-day life. If you do that, you will be good in business field, in any business field, because in any business you will have to do sales, and that will help you. Other things I would say, at you can start doing some volunteering to some business places. You can also do some internship at business places, part-time job, some things like that, which will help you to, uh, before you even graduate, you will be a good salesman.
Thank you so much for telling us. So many students fear rejection. So I know I started recently sales at RCB College, right? And I fear rejection too. So how do our students or how do general public get over the fear of sales rejection?
Okay, if you want to be a good salesperson, always understand one thing: you will hear 99 no before you listen the first yes. Okay, 99 no's will be there to get the first yes. If you get the first, if you get a yes in the first one, understand that there is another 99 coming which will be a no for you. And you will have to dig into those no's to know, understand what's the reason behind it to make it a yes. But not every customer you will be meeting or every opportunity you'll be getting is the bang on, is it's gonna be a yes for you.
That's something I think everybody should, keep it in mind.
Yeah, like you have to be motivated with that, like this industry is tough, but when it rewards you, there are very big rewards.
All right. So if you are given the chance and if you could go back to your college days and change something that could prepare you like a little bit better for your career, would you go back? And what is it
Yes,
something that you would change?
I would go back to myself. I would tell myself, stop being in the comfort zone. Okay, if you be in the comfort zone, you will never be You will be successful, but you will have to get uncomfortable one day. And if you become uncomfortable and get out of your comfort zone sooner, you will be reaching this position 3 years earlier. Yeah, that I would say that to myself, and I would say to everyone who would listen to this podcast. If you are comfortable somewhere, you have basically maxed out your abilities. If you want to improve yourself, improve your skills, you have to get uncomfortable. If you love your manager, you like your job, you like your 9 to 5, you like your regular pay, and you are comfortable, I would say choose something which is difficult in your life. That difficult thing will make you more sharper, and that will be helpful for your career.
Definitely. That's very insightful.
Yeah, and if you're not taking the risk in your life, then you are not a salesperson.
All right. So, what does success look for you beyond just hitting the sales target? Something
Well,
else that satisfies you.
success is like I see success in small things.
Hmm.
Small things like getting a customer from no to a yes, getting a customer from like every deal I close, I feel successful in that. Of course, sales targets are there every month, and some months we achieve it, some months we don't, and that does not demotivates me. In fact, it motivates me more because I see it like a ball. When ball goes down, it hits the ground, it comes up. Now I feel like it's already hit on the ground, it's gonna come up now. So if one month is slow, next month is gonna be far, like good for us. It's like one of those one-liners for our poster.
Yeah.
It is yeah, it is coming back. Yeah. It's gonna bounce back up. Yeah. That's it.
No.
The worst is gone.
Yeah. All right. My next question is, how do you feel? How do you stay motivated when sales are slow or targets feel high? What
Well,
is
currently we currently having a slow month. We
Hmm.
usually don't have this kind of slow month, and we have never seen like this. But like what we do is, let's say if we have a slow month going on, if we have a low time going on, what we do is we look at the previous achievements at that point. We talk about like as a leaders, we cannot show that we are demotivated. What we do is we make sure our team is motivated. To motivate our team, what we tell, hey, last month we were at the same number and we still did 150, right? So I don't think it's gonna be difficult. Last month we are just seeing it right now because currently we are slow. In few minutes there are few customer walking in and we will be like busy and we will forget about this. So we basically look back at our achievements at that point. We motivate people at that point with those achievements we did in the past, and just basically what we think is this is coming up, or maybe we look at a good reason, and this is gonna pass. That's it.
that? I think that really helps when you bring the team together,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Like they sometimes the team is like currently team is like that, and we just looked at the result on the last year August, and it was even worse, and we are like we are still doing better.
Yeah.
So and we also look at our competition at that point, like how is our competition doing? They are not even that over there where they were, what we were last month. And it's like the market is a little slow. It will bounce back, and just wait for that bounce, and when it's bounced back, grab every opportunity, and we are there to close every deal. What we do is we become a salesperson with our sales team, and yeah, like bring us in and we will get you that sale.
Yeah, definitely. I
So
think,
they that motivates them and hypes them
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I think being a good, giving a good push to the people in the team, I think that
Yeah,
helps a lot as well
yeah.
at this time. All right. So, what's the biggest mindset shift that you've made that has helped you in your career? Like something that you want uh, people to, kind of practice.
Never think that anything is not negotiable. That
I
is,
think everything comes back to
I
negotiations.
love negotiation. I love it. I love it. Like whenever I would say that everything I do, like, even in our departments, we negotiate sometimes. With the customer, with the salespeople, we negotiate sometimes, and it is everything is coming to that. And what my mindset was, when I was like since I was a kid, I have seen my dad, and I would like to share this example because like why my mindset changed like that. So I was a kid. I was just going out. I went out with my dad to do some work. Like he was working, and I was watching him taking some orders and from the shopkeeper. And night time, he took me to a flea market. There was a big stack table of fish sitting over there, and we really like to cook fish at our house. And my dad wanted to basically buy the whole table there she was selling. And the lady told 3,000 rupees, and my dad responded to her, "I'll pay you 500." 500. I'm like, I don't know this guy, I'm not with him. I felt ashamed at that point. But he did not budge, and she did not budge. What I learned on that day, like, later on, I would say I'll finish the story and then I'll tell you what I learned. So later on, after 2 hours, he circled back there. She was still sitting with the same stack, not even a single fish sold. He offered her again $500. I'll take everything for you. She's like, no, I don't want to sell it to you. He stood there for half an hour and saw her, and he knew that that lady is going to close soon. The flea market's gonna be closed in next half an hour, and he knew that she needs to pay for storing that fish overnight so that next day it stays fresh. He had some insights at that point that the flea market's gonna close. She has to pay for some extra cost for storing that thing and everything. And right before, like, 5 minutes before the flea market was going to close, he went there again and he asked, would you give it to me for 500? She offered it for 700, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. He bought everything for 700. But that basically taught me that, if you know the situation, if you are in the right spot at the right time, and you know some insights, and if you have basis of your negotiation, you can win. And I used to be still ashamed whenever he used to try to negotiate at a fixed rate store. Like, a fixed rate is a fixed rate. The shopkeeper is selling it for that price for some reason. He would still negotiate. He taught me this. Everything is negotiable. You have to know what and how. You don't have to be you cannot be, what's the word, you cannot insult the person with the negotiation. But if you have grounds for negotiation, and if you know that that's something doable from that person, always feel free to do that.
Definitely.
So yeah.
I think that's everybody's story. Looking at our parents negotiate and hiding our
Yeah,
faces.
yeah. But like, I like, my mom is not a good one, but my dad, I learned from him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So where do you see the future of sales headed, and how would you motivate our students or everybody watching this podcast to stay ahead of the game?
Well, sales is gonna be it's getting tougher. Like, people say it's getting tougher, but for me, I think it's getting easier with the studies we have, the marketing techniques we have. You know, you just have to be competitive in the market. Sometimes competitive is not enough. Sometimes you have to be more reluctant at that point. If the market is going towards the price, maybe add a little of the touch of this customer service. Because, there are people who just want a product, but there are many people who want customer service. And service you know cannot be labeled with a price. Service is a service. If you provide excellent service, the value the customer sees in that is different for every person. If you work at a restaurant, your service, you can basically, based on the tips you get. So if you provide same service to every customer, your every customer will still pay you a different tip for that. And that basically is the logic behind it. The service you're providing cannot be labeled with a price. But if you are having a product with a service, it's gonna be very easy for to be in this market. It's gonna be tough, but I would say that, if you have some good skill set, like I said, negotiation, customer service, those things, you can basically still be in the market. And
So, coming to the end of this beautiful podcast, what is that one thing that you want all, like everybody who's watching this, to take with them?
if you're in business, if you're in sales, I would say, stay hungry. I would like to everyone to take this thing. Stay hungry always. Even if you have reached the target, stay hungry for more. That will keep you in the business for longer. Yeah, my hunger has brought me here. And hungry, you can be for more sales, you can be for hungry for more money, more reviews, more customers. But think what can bring you up in one level up, and think about that. And if let's say if money brings you more up, you should be more hungry to make money. Hunger will keep you in sales for longer.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No
And
problem.
I know our
It was my
audience will
pleasure.
take so much today.
Thank you. Thank you.